budget fam, welcome to the Anonymous Budgeter. If this is your first time here, welcome and thank you for watching this video. And if you are a returning subby, thank you so much for stopping by again. I really do appreciate it. Here on my channel, I'm documenting my debt payoff journey towards paying over $160,000 in student loans. I'm also sharing a lot about my personal finance, my financial goals, and also my road to financial independence and peace. So if this is something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any uploads. And let's get into this video, which is going to be my April budget closeout. Okay guys, so I have my budget closeout sheet for the month of April, and we're just gonna go quickly and review kind of like how the budget closeout was. Now, before I get started, I do want to start off by saying like my budget closeout amount, like the remainder that I have at the end of the month, as in my checking balance, is quite different from what I have when I did like not my weekly check-in, when I did my budget overview. So when I did the budget overview, I had a ending balance of $436.88, but I think the actual amount that I had was like $444 in like my actual checking account. So it's definitely, the numbers are like totally different, but it's fine. I think as long as when I do like my weekly check-ins, the numbers kind of add up, it's fine for me. But yeah, I don't know why they were completely different with this budget closeout. Maybe I missed a couple of categories, but in any case, we're just gonna use this like overview so that we can kind of see how the month was. April was pretty okay. Not really a lot of like overspend or like miscellaneous spending, so I'm really happy about that. Now, the total income I had for the month of April was like almost $20,000, which is crazy, but it's that high because I did have a lot of like money coming out from savings and like cash envelopes. So that's why I have that pretty big amount. So in regards to deposits, I had $17,835. So again, that includes like my paychecks. That includes the money that I get from my paychecks. Also, I had some deposits from cash envelopes. I also had like rollover money. So it looks like a lot, but it's really not. I think my income, like what I earn, is probably about like $6,200 about there, because I only had 2 paychecks in the month of April. When it comes to bills, I was a little bit under that, which was really good. For groceries, I was under my grocery bill. I had $255, $256 if you want to round it up, which is really good. I think that's like the first month I was under for groceries. I think doing weekly grocery like shopping kind of helps, and it also helps too that I live at home, so that's a plus there. But even then, living at home, you still have to be careful because you can still tend to overspend if you're not really tracking your grocery spending super carefully. So that was super helpful. Gas was under as well, which is really nice because gas is going up in my area, so it is what it is. As for SunPass, I only spent $50 for the month of April, which is pretty surprising because I really thought that I was going to have like the $100 taken off. When my balance for my SunPass goes below like I think $13, it does automatically pull that $50, but I was happy that I only spent $50 for the month of April. In regards to personal, we did have an overspend for personal. I think, I'm not really sure exactly why, I really can't remember, but I was over by like $20, which I'll take that hit. It's super fine. Eating out, I did really well again. So I think this was only like one Chipotle outing that I had. I think one weekend I was just like, you know what, I feel like I want to have some Chipotle, so I went out and had that. Now for shopping is like super high. Like this $50 is actually ridiculous, because I did have to buy another MacBook. Well, I chose to buy another MacBook because the one I had kind of was out of commission. So, and I've had my MacBook since like 2017, 2018. So I mean, I feel like she could have lasted a couple more years. But yeah, so I just got a new one, and that's why that balance is pretty high for shopping. In regards to work food, I was a couple of dollars over just because I had to pay fees for a gift card that I didn't account for. So that's why I had that overspend. Savings was $7,269 about there. Again, that was part of my cash envelopes. So yeah, so maybe I was like double dipping because I kind of put it in here in deposits, but I also have it in savings because some of the money went into savings. But it is what it is. And then for debts, I was really happy that I put about $66,700 into student loans, so that was really good. For miscellaneous, I had $175. Not really sure what I spent that on, but those were like unbudgeted expenses for me. And for cash envelopes, I had $501, a little bit more than what I had originally budgeted. But I think it could be because initially I don't think I had included my groceries into that category. And then I had my tithes, which is higher than what I normally put, because I think for the last paycheck in March, I didn't deposit it exactly in the month of March. So it kind of rolled over into April. I think I did like make the payment for the last paycheck in March in April, so that's why it looks higher than normal. And I also have like my budget overview here. So this is like super messy. I was like going through it when I was trying to close this out. But in terms of my paycheck, as you can see, yeah, like paycheck wise, I had about like $6,300. I had $1,400 about there for rollover. Cash, I had $6,713, and for miscellaneous, that was most likely came out from savings. So yeah, to account for, I think that had to account for like gifts and what other expense. Guys, I can't even remember why I did all of this, but I'll probably check my folder and I'll see where all that money came from or what I literally had to do with it. Because looking at my like my expenses, nothing really jumps out except for like the shopping parts. I don't really know why I had to take off all this money for miscellaneous, but I'll do some digging and I'll let y'all know. So in regards to like I mentioned, my nail net, I did put $6,701 in there, and then everything else is pretty much okay. So for groceries, I actually spent $365.48. So I was a little bit over in groceries, because I think when I did my cash envelopes, for this part, some of it includes like my groceries, so that's probably why it was over. And then for gas, I was under, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So I really wonder why I had like this miscellaneous balance, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Give me a moment. Oh, okay, so I think I see what happened. So yeah, that's something that I kind of wasn't sure about when I was doing like my actual like income portion, because that miscellaneous is essentially part of that. So basically that was like my savings transfer, but that was part of like the savings that I had transferred from that $6,713, and then I had to transfer it back. So it went from my checking to my savings, and then I took it from my savings back into my checking so that I could put that amount with my as my extra payment for my nail net. I don't know if that makes sense. Like this wasn't like this $4,795.60 wasn't like an additional income that I made. It was literally like money from my savings, but it was basically like my cash savings. I feel like that was like double dipping in some way. So I don't know, I kind of struggled with like accounting for that, but then that was like the only way I could make it make sense, where like the remaining balance was similar to what I had in my checking. So I don't really know, because I literally add all the deposits and I do all the savings and all the things. I feel like it kind of like balances itself out, but don't be misled by that. Like, I didn't make all this money. If anything, I only made like this paycheck 1 and paycheck 2, and everything else was like rollover. This only came from cash envelope, and this money was money that from my cash envelope that I transferred into savings, and then I had to transfer back into my checking to add to my extra payment for my student loan so that I could like pay for this part. And one thing I noticed too is that I think moving forward, I'm not going to include my nail net in my bills. I'm probably just going to add it in my debt, so there's like no confusion with like 2 sections with nail net or debt payments. I think I'm just going to put the student loan portion under debt payment moving forward. And yeah, so this amount is pretty much closer to what I had in my checking account. Like I said, I had about like $444. So I don't know why this portion is like so different here. Like my budget closeout amount was like $555, but my like budget overview amount was $436, which this one is closer to what I actually had in my checking account. So yeah, I mean, it's really not perfect. It's not a perfect budget closeout, but like I'll take it. This one was a little bit more stressful because I was trying to, like I mentioned, I was kind of like in 2 minds of whether or not I should add in like the savings transfer and going back and forth, and I think I just at the end of it just included everything. But you know, it is what it is. Moving forward, I'll see. Maybe I might need to watch some more of the Budget Mom's budget closeout to see kind of how she does it. And also too, I think for the summertime, for like either June or July, I'm looking at possibly getting maybe like her budget workbook to see how I like it, because I think I want something a little bit different. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, this was my April budget closeout. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful. Sometimes these budget closeouts are like a hot mess, and I feel like mine is like no exception, but I feel like it's really important for me to do them because it kind of lets me see how I was for the month, if I overspent, how much I kind of put towards debt payment and all of that, which is the main goal of this channel, is to document my debt payoff journey, and these are like my real numbers. So yeah, so I'm really happy that at least I did it and I'm able to kind of like go over it with you guys and share it, so that's always good. So yeah, so hopefully everyone is doing well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, and today's Sunday, May 12th, which is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the moms. You guys are probably gonna watch this like later in the week, probably on Tuesday, but I hope everybody had a wonderful and fantastic Mother's Day and celebrated their moms. My mom had a wonderful day. She actually had to work today, but she got all her gifts and her presents, and she really enjoyed it. So we'll talk about all the spending that was done for Mother's Day. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.